Hey everybody, it's Maun-yay checking in. Hope everybody is doing fine. It's been a long 7 months. No job, no events. What do? Well, I stayed busy. As you know, I'm called the eco-artist, which means I take recycled materials such as wallpaper, posters, calendars, puzzles, anything that's recyclable and create eco-art. However, because of the pandemic shutdown, I couldn't go out and find my materials because I was stuck at home. I had nothing to do, but I couldn't just sit around. I needed sanity, and art is my therapy. So let me ask you something. What would you do if your friends, after 5 years, gave you 100 pounds of recycled jewelry? Costume jewelry, gold, silver, beads, gems, you name it, I got it. And using all this jewelry, this is what I created. This is what I did in 7 months. I created 12 eco-art jewelry masterpieces. 2 of them aren't displayed because they were commissioned. These are my first 2 jewelry pieces. This is my first piece, the Hidden Gem. It has a 65-year-old Bible for the background. And for the cross, I used over 2,000 pieces of costume jewelry and gems. The second piece is called the Golden Cross. I used over 2,000 pieces of golden charms and trinkets, along with pearls and rhinestones. And for the background, it's actually from a 100-year-old Bible. They were going to throw this away, but I decided to reuse it again. Then I went on and made my silver cross, which has over 1,500 pieces of silver jewelry and gems. And the background is also from the 65-year-old Bible. After I created my crosses, I was asked to commission a pageant crown for my friend Whitney. I didn't know if I could do it, but I gave it a try, and it turned out so amazing, I decided to create another crown for my art exhibit. This one is called the Queen's Crown. Of course, you can't have a Queen's Crown without a King's Crown, and I combined it with a cross. I used gold, silver, gems, rhinestones, pearls, everything that I had. I used over 2,000 pieces of recycled jewelry. And again, I used a 100-year-old Bible for the background. Now that I was gaining confidence, I went on to create this piece I call Reneé la Blue. She has blue hair, which gives her her name. And for her blue hair, I used a necklace that was similar to this, but it was blue color. My mom says this is from the 1970s. I took the top part, I placed it on her forehead, and then I molded the rest of the necklace into her hair. But I had to be very careful how I glued it down, because all these beads, if not done carefully, can fall all over the place. But I made it all work. Then I used over 4,000 pieces of wallpaper, jewelry to her fin, recycled seashells for the bottom, along with jewelry such as the turtle, the fish, and there's even a bonefish! Look at that! And I even used puzzles for the coral. I then started to create my llama, which is inspired after Abigail Arias and her battle with childhood cancer. She is in our 4th book, Abigail the Brave Little Llama. She's a police officer in the zoo. I created her using over 4,000 pieces of posters, and wallpaper. And I also added more jewelry such as silver, gold, and costume jewelry. And in addition, I have a bell for Abigail. And if you look closely on her bag, that is a replica of Abigail's badge. You can learn more about the book and Abigail on my website, jigsawgrant.com. Next, I went on to create one of my top 3 favorites, my dragon, which I named DIVOC Unleashed. I named him DIVOC because it spells COVID backwards. I made him using over 8,000 pieces of wallpaper, specialty paper, puzzles, gold and jewelry for his helmet, and paper pulp for his horns. And even his eyebrow was amongst that jewelry I had. And you want to know how I created these scales? I used over 500 contact lens cases, the top foil. I just simply take it like this and boop! Ta-da! It just fits right in there. Pretty cool, huh? I even used golden jewelry and gems to create his collar. And I used puzzles to create the fireball. I also used paper pulp to create his shoulder and his claws. So I wanted to create a unicorn next. This is Gemma the Unicorn. Here I used over 3,000 pieces of recycled stationery paper, puzzles, rhinestone jewelry, custom-made jewelry, and embossed stationery paper. She's like a 1970s unicorn. You know, a hippie named Gemma. So for the last piece of my collection, I created baby Medella, who is also in our 3rd book of our Grant the Jigsaw Giraffe and Friends book series. I created her using over 8,000 pieces of puzzles, wallpaper, stationery paper, and hundreds and thousands of costume jewelry. Isn't she just amazing? You can look at her for hours and you can find so much jewelry in there. So this is my COVID art collection. In just 7 months, I created 12 pieces. And that's a new record because it normally takes me 3 months to create 1 piece. When you're ready, we are available for art classes, events, interviews, and we are adding a new program, Virtual Art Classes. For more information, just check out my website, www.jigsaw, like a puzzle, jigsawgrant.com, and contact us. So, stay relentless and stay safe out there, everyone.